Alright guys, this is Docm with another Minecraft video, and today I have another tutorial for you. I get many requests on my world tour videos, Doc, how you do your friendly mob sorting, and I thought I'm gonna hook up a tutorial for you guys so you can replicate a working system. The tutorial gonna have 5 parts. First part, we're gonna talk about the basics of friendly mob spawning, such as pigs, cows, wolves, chicken, sheep, all of them. In the second part, we're gonna cover how do we create a spawning pad like this here. Next part, we'll talk about sorting out chicken, because those are the worst enemy. We all know that. Next part, we'll cover separating cows and sheep from pigs and wolves. And in the final stage of the sorting process, we're gonna take care of separating pigs and wolves. So, see you for the first part when we talk about basics in spawning mobs. In the first part of the tutorial, we're gonna have a look at the basics of mob spawning. Here an example with the friendly mobs, namely sheep, cow, pigs, wolves and chicken. Two main things you need to know. In a radius of 144 blocks around the player, mobs can spawn. There's a hot zone between 24 and 32 blocks away from the player. So always keep in mind, your work area or the area you mainly operate from should be between 24 and 32 blocks away from your spawning pad. Our pink work platform down there is about 26 blocks away from the surface of the spawning pads. Around me, I created the perfect setting to do this tutorial and to demonstrate everything. There's a 300 by 300 water area around me I created with MC Edit, and it's a 1 block water layer on top and the rest is sandstone. So mobs will only spawn in here, and this is the key to make a successful mob trap. In general, you need to create an environment or have an environment. If you have a large open sea body, even better. If not, you have to create it like I did in my world tour, and then you'll be able to create those spawning pads. So this is the basics, all you need to know about spawning mobs. One thing I might address, there's one mob as well, the squid. As I have a huge water body around me, the chances are pretty slim that they will spawn somewhere in my water channels around the spawning pad. And this is a good thing, so we don't have to take care of sorting them out. This is another advantage of so-called perimeter setup we have here. So the next part, we're gonna quickly talk about the spawning pad you see below me. The spawning pad you see beneath me is a standard spawning pad I use for friendly mob spawning, and its surface area is highly sufficient for our purpose. It consists out of 4 single 6 by 6 grass covered spawning pads and is surrounded by those water streams you see here. All the water streams start in the corners and lead to the centralized 2 by 2 drop where all the mobs are funneled to. To create a mob spawning pad like that, if you're interested in the water setup, I highly suggest check out ESO's channel, namely his tutorial about hostile mob spawning traps. He explains the water setups very well, and you can use exactly the same principle for your friendly spawning pads. This is basically all you need to know. Make sure you have no dead zones in there. To prevent dead zones, we use that stair setups, so if mobs get caught up, I'm not using any directional keys. You know, they move on, and finally when they arrive here, they will drop down. And we drop down to our work area, and we see there are a lot of drops. And for the first stage of the sorting process, we're now gonna take care of the worst enemy, the chicken. So see you with the first part. As we now have the possibility to spawn mobs or friendly mobs whenever we want, as we see when we move more than 24 blocks away and reach our butter zone, right here it's about 24 blocks away, we're now gonna take care of sorting them. First of all, we want to take care of the chicken. The chicken separator is a pretty simple setup. As you see now, we have a drop in here, which is 1, 2, 3 blocks high. This is sufficient. We're gonna take care of the different movement behavior of the mobs. As you see, as the chickens are birds, they are able to fly and slowly float down, whereas the other mobs quickly drop with gravity. This is the trick we're gonna take advantage of. So first of all, you go back 3 blocks from your channel and create a wall. We're gonna create a holding den for some water we're gonna use. So extend the thing until you reach the corner of your tube. Make sure not to block it or anything. And now we can close off the sides. Just like this. In there we're gonna place our 2 water source blocks, here and there. Now we need to extend our chamber here as long as the water our tube is. That's what we get here. These 2 blocks are actually not needed. Excuse me for wasting some resources. Now we need to hook up another wall below, just like so. We want to create a platform where we suspend the water on. For that reason we place 2 signs facing each other, and then we get a shape like this. The sun is setting. I'm quickly gonna make it day again so we see better. So what will happen now, we place the water in here and it can drop down through the signs and it will be suspended. Now we're gonna create a slot for the chicken to fit through. This is the slot here, and we want to drop down the chicken so we can get rid of them quickly. This is important to kill off the mobs you spawned quickly, because yeah, they will occupy spots for other mobs to spawn, and thus your spawning rates will decrease. So right here we have a drop now. Now we need to encase our drop. This is fairly simple. Just go like this and then extend down like so. Now close off the front. Always make sure you have no open gaps where mobs could escape. This is really important. Beneath here we're gonna hook up a quick and dirty kill solution. For that I'm gonna use fire and netherrack. You could use a lava pit or whatever you like. I'm gonna set this thing on fire like so, and finally cap off the side here. There are some unnecessary blocks. You know, when you build this thing, make sure you use dirt as building help, not to waste that much glass. It's a precious resource. But as I'm using single player commands at the moment, it's not a big problem for me. This one can go as well. There we go. Now it's time to throw our water in there. To do this, you basically I've got infinite water sources here. You take 2 buckets of water, throw it in there, and you create a water stream that goes like this. Now the setup is almost finalized. We need to do one more thing. I'm sorry for wasting more glass. Put a sign here, put a sign there to stop the water right at the edge, and now we have a nice drop and all the chicken will go down there. Oh, we extinguished the fire again. Alright, back in business. So let's get some distance, namely more than 24 blocks between us and the spawning pad. Hit F3 and see if you get some spawns already working again. Do we have some chicken already? As you see, the other mobs simply drop through That's what we want. We don't want them to end up in the fire here. Now let's wait until we get some more chicken and see if those buggers are roasted in the fire. Come on, where are the chickens when you need them? Okay, to help us out, I'm gonna quickly spawn some chickens on top here. There we go. Now we're gonna see the separator working. Put some chickens on top. Starts to rain. But as you see, the chickens get pushed over, the other mobs drop through, and they are quickly annihilated in the water streams here. You could simply hook up a battery farming design I came up with. I'm gonna hook up a link in the video description if you're interested in that. It's a nice chicken farm or an egg farm, and you can have a kill switch there and also farm your eggs if you want to make some cake. So this is the chicken separator. Next stage, we're gonna take care of separating cow and sheep from pig and wolf, and so we're gonna create two groups. Now, as we have taken care of the worst enemy, the chicken, it's time to start separating the other mobs, namely the sheep, cows to one group, and pigs and wolves to the other group. To do that, we simply gonna extend our tube here, and this is the stream suspended by signs, which helps us separating out the chicken. So we're gonna extend down, let's make it at least 5 or 6 blocks. You can have it more compact, but you know, for demonstration purposes, I don't wanna the space to be cramped in too much. So create a 2x2 platform, and this platform should be directly below your drop here. Now it's time to cap off the sides like this, so, and finish it off like that. Now we're gonna need one more glass block here. You can make it dirt if you want, and put some half slabs along. I'd say let's make it 4 or 5 just to be sure everything works fine. Next thing you need to do is hook up a row of glass blocks along here. Now it's time to put in our first water stream. It will go in that corner. As you see, we create a nice little diagonal water stream that pushes all mobs to the corner here. Now it's time to build up some more wall around the thing, and also the back here. Below you should also cap it off like so. Now this is a good setup for us already, but we need to finalize it. I don't know if you can already guess it, but if you put a water stream there, we can have a diagonal water stream pushing to the side. To prevent the water from flowing back, we need a sign there. And now we're going to create a one high channel here. See it? There we go. And through this channel only pigs and wolf will fit. The other mobs will move straight. Now we're gonna throw in the water and see what's happening. I need to get some more. There we go, some infinite water sources. We're gonna put it down here. Now the water just flows out, as you can see, because the design is not 100% finished. So, time to get the water out again, and it's getting dark. Let's make it day. So let's continue with our setup. Now we need a gap for the pigs to fall down through, but the water can't be there. So create a ring like this and close it off at the end again. There you have it. Now to prevent the water from flowing down here, we need signs again to occupy the space but have no collision mask. so the water can't get in here, but still the animals can drop through. So this is the basic setup already finished. We're gonna throw in some water now and see what's going on. Now it's just flowing straight here, so but that's not a big problem. We can easily solve that. But for now we're gonna quickly extend our setup again, just like so. You can put some water there, and I'd suggest here at the end you put another sign. So there you go. And now we get what we wanted. Mobs will end up here, will be pushed along. Pigs will be separated into wolves, and the other tall mobs will move on straight. To finalize the setup, we need to put in the walls in the ceiling. To do this, we just go like this. Make sure it's enough space for the mobs to fit through. We can remove that block. Here is the drop later on. You can drop down your wool, your sheep and cows here and do whatever you want. You know, get their milk or get their wool by drowning or shearing if you hold them somewhere. And now we need to make sure everything is correct with the ceiling. It can only be exactly that high. So close it off like so. And now we have a very, very reliable sorting mechanism. Make sure everything is closed off, and this is the case here. And now we're gonna just extend our tube upwards so we are completely connected and there are no open zones where mobs might escape our sorting attempts. So now you could close off the ceiling here so no mobs would jump out, and that's it. Let's get some distance between us and the spawning pad and get some mob action and see how the sorting process is working. Okay, we already got some. It's okay for now. Mobs are dropping down, end up in the chamber, jump up, sheep can fit through, go straight. Pigs, on the other hand, will fit through. So just saw, and they will be sorted out. There comes another one, and another one. Sometimes, you know, they jump around back there a bit, but this is a problem that will solve itself really quickly, as you just saw. And another one. So now we're gonna just go up here and throw some wolves in the mix, so we can see that it's working with wolves as well. So we're gonna spawn some wolves. There we go. And let's see how they are handled by the system. There's the first wolf already. Oh, okay, we got a decent drop height here, so might be not the worst idea to hook up a water break, and that's what we're gonna do now. So that's what you get when I want to have you know, a lot of space to demonstrate to you what is going on. So simply, you know, to prevent this damage for the mobs, we don't want to damage them before we handle them actually. Put in some signs. Right on top of the signs, put some water for source blocks, just like so. And cap it off again. Now we have a water break. When they fall down, their speed is not that high and they will take no damage. So let's spawn some more wolves. So they already have taken damage, so they're wounded, but they should survive now. There we go. And for sure they end up in the right chamber here. Next part, and this is the last and final part of the separating process, will be separating pigs and wolves that all end up in the same chamber here. For the last part of the separating process, we're gonna continue with our system just beneath this gap here where the pigs and wolves drop through. We're gonna extend one more time. Make sure you close off everything. This is always important, so no mobs run around in your world and get on your nerves. Just like this. We got a cow coming by, it should go straight. And also extend on that side. Yep, cow went straight. So when we're done with that, make sure it's at least a 2 high drop so mobs can't jump out. Put in a floor. Just like that, and leave a 1 wide gap here. Now, water source in there to get the mobs over there. Sign. And we created another drop. Now we line up the mobs nicely, you know, when they drop down, and we made sure we can handle them properly for the next stage. The next stage is also pretty simple. Just extend downwards more. We're gonna build in this direction from here to there. You could go in each and every direction you want, but yeah, we want to keep it a bit more compact. So we go towards me now. Extend it a bit more. And now we need to create the same setup as we did before. Diagonal water stream, and this time we're also gonna take advantage of the difference size of the animals. So this is the plateau we are landing on, and we are creating another 2x2 area. Make sure to close off the sides. This time we're simply gonna place a water source in this corner here and make the mobs go over. This will work, but I found out, and this is a little improvement I made, you could put put your source block 2 blocks back and have it like so. You will see in a minute what exactly I'm talking about. So now we have a platform which is 2x6. Next step, we need to think about how we're gonna sort out those wolves and separate them from the pigs. Well, we're gonna use a trick or something we know about the mobs. The pigs are a bit wider than the wolves, so we're gonna use a clever ladder setup to sort them out. To achieve that goal, we need some blocks we can stick ladders to. I'm gonna choose glowstone because it looks nice. You can choose whatever you want. Alright, put a glass block there, glowstone here, and remove that. I'd suggest you use dirt for those blocks, you know, not to waste too much resources. I'm gonna just use the glass because I don't care too much, because I'm using single player commands for this tutorial. And another one, just like so. Now we need to extend our platform a bit more till we reach here, and it's raining again. So weather, rain, let's get rid of that bad weather, we can't have that. It's a happy tutorial. Okay, close off the back a bit. Now, next stage, we need some ladders. Those ladders will make those gaps here smaller, and only the wolves will be able to fit through, not the pigs. And now we're gonna simply create another diagonal water stream. For now I just capped off the top here, you know, so we don't get any mobs in here disturbing us. And there we go. We get a nice diagonal water stream brushing all along this side here. This is exactly what we needed, and only the wolves will be able to fit through, as I said before. Now, last stage of the process is here. Perfect. Now, last thing we need to do, close off the ceiling and let the mobs in. Get away. So here you can see you need to hook up your pipe there, you know, to channel away the sheep and cows and stuff. Alright, let's close it off. Back. See? Didn't fit through. That's what we needed. And now we need some more glass, as it looks like. Alright, finalize the setup. Whoop. Make sure not to block anything off. Let me quickly check. We have to drop here, so we need to make sure to cap off from here all the way along the side. This is what we do to finalize the setup. Close it off here, and there we go. This is the wolf separator. Wolves will end up here. Now you could just close it off like this, and also the top portions here, and there we go. Now we should get some distance between us and the setup and get all sorts of mobs spawning. For now, as those mobs end up here and I want to get rid of them, I'm just gonna quickly replace that block here with some netherrack and set it on fire, so when they drop down here they at least die, so we don't interfere with our spawning. You know, you could hook up all kinds of mob mechanisms to that, maybe ESO's EMP holding cells, whatever you want. If you want to know what the EMP is, I'm gonna hook up a link to a nice tutorial he released just lately, where you can see what you can do with that amazing contraption. It's a holding den for mobs. Many of the things I use in this mob sorting system are inventions by ESO or designs by ESO. I just took them, put them in a compact tutorial for you to follow and build your own mob sorting system. So let's see if we get some variety on our spawning pads up there. Yeah, so we get some chicken, they sorted out some pigs, and they end up here, right where we wanted them to be, so that's good. If nothing else down here, in rare cases, as you just saw, chicken end up here. To prevent that, you can make this half slab design here 1 or 2 blocks longer, and then there will be 100% accuracy in the system. I guess 99.9%. There's always some flaws to systems, but this one is working nicely. So let's get us some wolves, I'd say. We spawn them so we can see the final demonstration. Nope. What did I do wrong? Spawn wolf 10. Alright, throw some wolves in there, literally. See what's going on. Okay, fall through, end up in the filter, get to the wolf separator, brushed along the side, and end up just where we want them. So they are sorted out. Same goes here. If you want a real 100% accuracy, you can extend the setup a bit and have more of those wolf separators, but I only have 2 gaps here. I highly suggest you should have 3, because, or set the setup a little bit more back, you know, because this gap rarely is hit by wolves. So if you extend it a bit, it would work even better, but as it is, like so, it works nicely. I hope you liked this tutorial. I hope you found it useful. Have fun building your own mob sorting system. That's it for today. I'm out. Bye bye.